Yo guys, welcome back to LeadFoot TV. Sorry I've not done any updates on the Micra for ages. The weather's just been terrible and I've just not had the motivation to work on it. It's still pretty freezing today, but I thought I'd crack on with some of the little jobs that I need to do that haven't really been much of a priority. So I've had these boot straps in my garage for about 5 years. I bought them for an old Kanjo. I think actually my friend Luke gave them to me, and we're going to build like a Kanjo 3G Civic, and we just never got around to it. And I've had these in my car, in my garage for about 5 years now, so I've decided to use them. Basically what they do is strap the boot down so I can take the latch and all the mechanism out, basically to lighten it, take all the gas struts out, they're basically there to stop the boot rattling around and hold it shut. So I'll show you exactly what I mean now. So the idea behind them is basically they go like that. So those two holes will rivet onto that side and they'll rivet onto that side, and basically this the rubber bit's stretchy, so it'll like pull into that latch and it'll hold the boot shut, and all that'll mean is that I can get rid of all the stuff from inside. I'll show you. So it'll mean that I can get rid of a few things. One being the lock. I won't need the lock anymore. Obviously I'm not going to be driving this car daily anymore, so it's not essential that it locks. It'll mean I'll be able to get rid of all this, which this bit's quite heavy as well, so I can get rid of that. I can take the gas struts out because obviously it's going to be a track car. I'm not going to really need to get into the boot very often, and if I do, it'll still open. It's just not going to hold up. So what I'm going to do first is get the latches. I'm going to put the latches on first, make sure it holds it shut, and then we'll take off everything from inside. So I will get the drill ready and some rivets, and we'll get ready to put the straps onto the boot now. Sorry if there's loads of wind noise, it's extremely windy today, but yeah, that's the idea, and it'll hold the boot shut. Basically, like the kind of style that I like, it's obviously going to be a track car, so the kind of style that I'm going for is more like a Japanese Kanjo style car. You'll see a lot of like the EK Civics with those boot straps on, from Osaka JDM and stuff, and I like a lot of like 90s touring car is quite a big influence to what I want to go for. So yeah, that's basically the kind of style I'm going for. It'll probably all look a bit shit until it's all complete, but I'll crack on with it. We'll get it on. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. So that's my 3 holes drilled for that bracket. So I'm going to rivet that on there now, stick the rubber strap back on, and obviously I'll be able to tell where I need to put the other side based on how far I can stretch it to get it on, because obviously it needs to stretch pretty far to hold the boot tight against the seal so it doesn't rattle about, because obviously there's not going to be any catches or boot struts or anything to hold it in place, so and stop it rattling quite so much. So we'll yeah, basically I'll get that riveted on now, like that, and then we'll stick the strap on. We'll check the tension and see where we need to get the bracket for the boot side to go. this is the first side mounted on, so the next thing to do is we obviously want the rubber bit back on, so it's just going to be a case of sticking that in there. There we go. So if we just stick that through there, the pin just goes through, and then there's just a little split pin that goes through the bottom. I'm not going to bend that yet, just because in case I have to take it off for any reason, so I'm just putting it through just to stop it falling out. See how far I can stretch it. So I can stretch it pretty far. I'm probably going to put that as far back as I can go, and then these basically just stretch into the catch. So we'll rivet these on now and get them in place. Got them both drilled on now, riveted on now. So what it's meant to do is basically pull over there, and it just latches in like that, and that just holds the boot tight shut. So I'm just going to basically do the same on the other side now. That's what it looks like on. It probably all is going to look a bit weird until I've got everything done, but it will make more sense when I get it all together. I've got catches for the quick release catches and stuff for the bumpers and everything as well. So yeah, I'll get the other side on now, and then we'll start stripping all the bits off from the inside that I don't need anymore. So this is everything I've taken out. Obviously you've got the boot struts, the lock, which is not very much, and then that's the boot latch from inside the boot, and that's the where it latches onto on the car side. So you've got those and a few bolts and stuff. It's not a lot of weight. You probably think I'm nitpicking, and I probably am. Oh yeah, that's the arm as well for the. Like, I've probably only got rid of like less, not even 100 grams there. And you probably think I'm nitpicking, and I probably am, to be honest. But the car doesn't have a lot of power anyway, so the idea is just get rid of any weight I can anywhere. So there will be more of me doing ridiculous stuff like this, just to get rid of a few grams. I've got bonnet pins and everything to go in the front, so I can get rid of the latch on the bonnet, and yeah, the straps on the side literally weigh nothing. There's hardly anything to them. It's just a bit of metal and some rubber. Like they weigh loads more than I've taken out. And there is still a few things that I can take out. Obviously I've got no struts now. So the cable as well. So the cable runs through, so I've got the cable to take out. And now that I don't have to have this in a skin, so I can actually cut out this whole entire inner skin, because I just don't need it. I don't need anything to mount to it anymore. So that will be the biggest chunk of weight to come out. Obviously there'll be like a good, well, I don't know, definitely more than I've taken out of it already anyway. So so yeah, that's the biggest thing. Obviously I've got a big hole left here now where the locks come out of, but I found this little plastic bung in my garage that actually fits pretty much perfect, I think. Let's say it went in before. There we go, we're in. So yeah, they block the boot hole off, which is quite cool. I'll stick a link to those down in the description. I actually bought them in bulk ages ago. We used to sell like rear de-wiper bungs with my old business, and I bought these, and they never actually fit anything that I've ever done before. They were too small for anything. I have thousands of them, so I'll stick them on eBay, and obviously there'll be a £1 or £2, and plus the postage. So I'll stick a link to those in the description once I get them listed. Yeah, so that's it. That's the straps back on. So with this, yeah, obviously I have to pull them pretty tight. So that's with both straps on, and as you can see the boot's pretty solid. It's actually probably more solid than it was with the latching. It used to rattle around a lot. If you've got a rattly boot, the reason behind that is probably these rubber bushes. Basically they're like bushings that sit against the shell, as you can see that little round circle, and they kind of dampen it, but as you can see they wear out. And then once that goes like that, it gives the boot a lot more play, so it'll rattle against the latch at the bottom, and that's probably why you got rattly boot, if you've ever wondered why your boot won't stop rattling, because it is quite annoying. Mine does it, but obviously now it's strapped down it shouldn't do it. If not, I'll just get some more of those bushings from the scrapyard that are in better condition. But yeah, that's the Micra. I'm not sure what I'll be doing next. It's just like fitting stuff in at the moment. But I will be doing a lot more work on the Micra now the weather's not quite as bad as it was. So if you've enjoyed the video and found it useful, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel, because I'll have loads more Micra videos, and catch you in the next video. Peace out.